Hey, Dick. Did you lose something?
Yeah, I'm just curious if we kept our boat parked here for the longest time, and it made a nice indent into the asphalt. Looks like the asphalt's rebounding because it don't look as deep as it used to. So that's what I was looking at. Interesting.
So, let me see your shirt. Aw. You love your awesome wife. That's
Yeah,
sweet.
and she bought me this shirt.
She sure did. So, what are you doing today?
Well, Jane, we're going to mill some stickers. Lots of them. We got a lot of
Oops, I can't even see the mill from here.
Small stuff that we need to mill up and get out of the way. We talked to our builder yesterday, and he's gonna come build us a tool shed that can hold the sawmill and my tractor and all that stuff. And we should be able to do milling operations inside there. It's gonna be deep enough and wide enough, so it's gonna have a lot of doors for lots of air to flow through. So it should be pretty nice. So then we can do milling indoors, and we can set up some cameras in a pretty consistent place too. And,
Sweet.
make some cool
I'll free up one of my hands.
YouTube videos, yeah. They can help offboard some stuff, you know.
Oh, you got other work for me already planned. Huh?
Always. I mean,
Okay.
there's plenty of work. You know, just saying. Look at this place. It's loaded with work.
Yeah.
So yesterday we cleared out a lot of stuff. You can see the fence line now. That's cool.
All right.
It's an old
let's see
rickety
here.
fence. We're going to tear that down.
It's sort of long distance from here, but maybe folks can see the fence.
Yeah, well, it's you can probably see the metal gate, but so that's an old rickety fence that's been up there and causing damage to our deer wildlife when we spook them and they run into the thing. So we're gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna leave some posts as property markers, I guess,
But we're
maybe
still
paint
hunting.
them white or something.
We're still hunting.
Yeah,
for
we're
some-
hunting for the official property markers. They might actually be on the other side of the fence within probably 5 or 10 feet. But that's part of the clearing process. Like, where the hell are the property markers? So, as you can see, this is what it looked like before, and that's what it's looking like after. So,
Yeah, you really can't see the fence. There's some spots. Maybe you might be able to pick up a pole
yeah,
or a
we'll go
fence.
right over here.
But it's really laden. And if you look a little bit further up, look at those trees leaning way out there. Those have to go.
Yeah, they're leaning over.
They're
I mean,
to
they're
get-
just.
I think they're just trying to get sunlight, but
yeah, they are. So we're gonna tear them out. They're just hollies.
yeah. But
green
they are
trees.
so bent, which is like, did this just happen?
Nah, they, like you said, I think they're growing, trying to get
Yeah.
light.
I just haven't noticed them being so bent though. Wow.
If you look, there's a pattern actually from other hollies over here, kind of leaning that direction.
Yeah.
So we'll eventually push a lot of that back a little further.
Yeah.
It's a neighbor's property, but there's no building or anything on it, so.
Well, we
probably-
don't really know yet. We're looking for the official markers, like you said. So I'm
Yeah.
sure that there's some.
I'm sure they gave the fence 5 foot or so
Yeah.
easement, so
Yeah.
we got to figure out where the real markers are.
Yep.
We know where one official marker is, and we have the plot, so we could probably start locating the rest of them. But we thought we'd clear some of that out of there first, and most importantly, this eyesore looks like a wall.
Yeah, it really does.
So-
Like we're fenced in.
There's a whole lot of work to do here. You know, it'll keep you busy out here.
Mm-hmm.
Computer software engineer by day. Want to be lumberjack on the weekend. Crazy.
And Superman when you're dreaming.
Yeah, I
Got some-
do.
Yeah, you fly in the air.
Yeah.
Fly through the air. Look at you.
That means I'm self-actualizing.
There
I
you
think
go.
is what it means. Fly. Get to it.
Let's get to it.
It's already taken the paint off too. So one guy has a solution in that he had a iron and oak fellas. They got a husband and wife team. They got a cut some PVC. I think 1-inch PVC to go as a cover. I'm debating on doing that. I think I'm gonna need to because this is a salt air environment. We got Chesapeake Bay not too far from here, and it's just putting a lot of corrosion in the air, and so a lot of salt in the air. It's gonna be an issue. So
Is it working?
it's working a little bit. We might need something a little more aggressive. I might have to get some like sandpaper, wet sandpaper. I might have something in the garage. We'll come back when we put this thing away today. We'll try to do something like that. Clean it up. So, what's going on down here? You can tell where it was under cover. No rust. Where we had the tarp. So what we could do is we could get it dawned on me this morning, instead of folding those tarps in half that we have on our stack of wood over there, we could just cut them in half. And now I might be able to drape something over the other half of this until we get a better solution. I'm thinking about building that PVC solution, even though we're going to get a building, because if we ever take this thing on the road, which is very likely so, it's a mobile sawmill, we might have to leave it overnight places out exposed. So that's why I'm thinking about getting a cover too. First I thought, well, I didn't want to use the cover, I'm going to have it indoors, but if I go to a job site somewhere and leave it, then I'll want a cover on it.
Yeah.
So we'll probably buy the wood-mizer cover. Be nice if wood-mizer sold little sections to cover that as well. But, huh?
I said cha-ching.
Oh, it's always
I mean,
cha-ching. You see that?
they have suggested.
I love my awesome wife.
Yeah.
So anyway. Yeah, so here's what we're going to do. This is probably the shortest log I've ever tried to mill.
Wow.
The trick is going to be to get that little guy up here in such a way that he's going to fit across this bunk. So I'm going to pull the tractor in, try to fit him across this bunk here, and hopefully he'll fit. I guess I should get a tape measure, and hopefully he'll fit between those backstops. If not, I'm going to have to probably put a board or something there to help him out.
Right, because I thought that's what maybe your original plan, or maybe it's your
the
backup
original plan
plan.
was kind of, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut that in half. That's it. We're just going to cut that in half. And that will ultimately be a bench.
Cool.
Right? And so you can
Took
take
around
another log and then cut it to like for the base of the bench and cut cut a curvature out of it for those halves to sit on. So you got two benches there.
So that's my first piece of furniture. Our first piece of furniture.
It's gonna be
It's going to
outdoor-
come from that right there.
Outdoor furniture. Yeah.
Outdoor furniture.
It should be fun.
Yeah.
So I mean so we thought that looked pretty cool. So that when we build up our more decorative fireplace behind the house by the pool, then we'll have something to sit on.
Cool.
Roast marshmallows. I don't know. I'm not a big marshmallow
We keep
fan.
on talking about marshmallows because of fires, and we never buy them. So
I'm not a marshmallow
maybe
fan.
this time
It's
we'll
just
do it.
ooey gooey. Burn yourself. I always burn myself. Try to eat them when they're too hot.
Too hot. Yeah.
Or either that or burn the hell out of them. So anyway, so yeah. So I think for safety's sake, I'll put this board up here so it won't roll past the backstops. And so that'll give it a backstop here. And hopefully I can land it between these bunks and right in front of that clamp. Like I said, we're just gonna cut it in half.
All right.
Hey, you know where a tape measure is? My little pocket one?
Oh gosh.
Matter of fact,
Did you?
He's already started cutting in half for me. I think,
He's telling you where to go.
yeah, he's telling me where to go. He's got a nice slice right here. Yeah.
All right. Did you check your Jeep? Have you checked your tractor before I start running off looking for measuring devices?
Yeah, so I'm looking for I like the little one.
Where did the red one go? I know it's bigger, but
Yeah, the big red ones, I think he's back on the toolbox.
because usually if I start running for something, you'll find something before I come back. So
Never fails.
Never fails.
And usually if I look in his glove box and say it's not there, he'll come back 10 minutes later and find it in the glove box. So, hedging my bets at this point and emptying the glove box, and it's not there. Let's see what we got in here. All right. I know you're a little latch here.
So now I'm not magic after all. You found out my trick.
Little trick. So yeah, let's check this thing out here and see what it is. Is that recording?
Should be. Did you see it?
No.
No?
So that's 38 inches. How wide are these bunks here? 29 inches. Good, I got 5 inches on each side to spare. Let me check out these backstops here. They look considerably wider. Yep, minimal, best we could ever do is 40 inches. So, gonna have to have this guy here.
All right. But it will fit across, of course, the...
It's gonna fit the bunks, but it's not gonna fit the...
It sounded gentle.
Or do I want to cut the pith out of it?
If you're cutting it in half, then well, how could you cut the pith out of it?
Well, by cutting it, like cut it here. You know, leave the pith in one side and then cut the other side. So if I came through here, cut this out, right? And then I came back later and then made another cut across this guy. That's the thought. Don't know if it's a good thought. It's the thought I'm thinking. Don't you dare fall down between those. I guess I could have used the turner, but it's a little small. That looked pretty level.
Let the crack until it rolls a little bit forward.
Roll
It
a little
did
forward.
until, like now it does, right? All
Now
right.
it won't roll. So, well, it did roll.
It did too.
How about that? So let's give him a little squeeze.
Yeah. And your dogs, how do your dogs look?
They're definitely below here.
Okay.
And he's pinched up in there pretty tight. He's not against the back. You know, he's not, but of course he can't be because this end's a little fatter than the other end. So it's gonna be interesting to see what we get because actually, if you look on the other side, the crack goes completely different.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay.
it's
Let me take a
opposite.
look at the other side here. Well, yeah, it's kind of canky-wampus, I guess, but there is a little bit of something.
Is that an English word?
Canky-wampus, I think.
Kanky? Is it kanky or khaki? I don't know. I always thought it was khaki. See, I knew that would move.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. All the bugs are out, man, and they're buzzing my head.
Who likes bugs buzzing their head? You're good company. I don't know what I was thinking when I said it. How could it be? Of course it could be level on the side.
All right, now it doesn't look like it's moving anymore.
Okay.
I still think I'd feel better if those dogs were a little bit lower.
I can bring them down at the skosh. That makes you feel better.
It does. All right.
I'm not even close to that. So, because I'm going to be cutting up here, the board's here, and they're right just about an inch above the board.
That's good.
Man, I think we can snipe this thing. So, I'm going to go get something. I'll be right back here. I'll make a habit of wearing this because
that's right.
probably second or third day out with this thing. We were sawing.
What the hell?
It's the wind blew the barn door over there. We were sawing and something flew off and hit me in the face just below the safety glasses. And I'd never recommend operating one of these without at least safety glasses.
And now you also have your ear protection.
Yeah, so this gives me everything. And so now I'll protect my face from any flying debris.
Yeah, and you still have your safety glasses on, so you're double protected,
double
hopefully.
Protected there, so we'll put some hearing protection on.
Maybe even from bugs. Maybe I should start wearing that just for bugs.
Well, unless they get up underneath here.
Then it's not good at all.
Yeah, no. Then they get trapped and they panic.
Oh
and
my God.
It's all over, man.
Yep.
They're gonna sting you like 10
Oh,
times,
don't
20
scare me.
times. All right, let's make some noise. I'm just gonna eyeball this. I'm just gonna eyeball it just so long. This ain't gonna be perfect. Just log a little light. That's firewood. W, he wants it. Not bad. That's good. Right there. How big that is. 9 inches off the bump right now.
And adjust your blade. Take the time to look at your blade.
Not a factor yet, but let me show you something. I had this saw parked and pinned.
Oh,
I forgot to put this pin down.
as if you were going to be traveling, you had it parked.
So, yeah, you park it, and we'll show you that. We'll put that in the video. But it wouldn't have hurt this cut, and it obviously didn't. We hadn't reached this far, and we weren't that low.
Yeah.
But if we would have tried to cut some shorter boards, probably say 2 inches from the deck, it would have hit this pin.
Wow.
And so that's one of the when you're moving it, this pin holds the head in place in addition to a safety chain that's over there on that side.
So we keep on thinking about a safety checklist.
Yeah.
And that would be something that you would put on there to see if the pin was in, Now, I don't know if it's in the building, if you'd ever park it, but maybe you would if you were leaving for a week or whatever. And
Yeah, once it's in the building, I don't think so.
you don't think so?
Yeah.
Okay. But if we were going someplace, then you definitely
But
would.
it's definitely a checklist. I mean, there are many steps involved in packing and unpacking this sawmill.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just thought I'd bring that up because it was a mistake on my part, and I thought about it as I was coming down this end that I did not put that pin down. All right, so this log's gonna be a little heavy. This should be fun.
All right. Unless you need me, I'm standing here watching you.
I think I'm good.
Okay.
It's gonna be heavy though. Let's see
Yeah.
how it goes. I'm an old man. You know?
Well, you know, I see you
guess I
as
should
that
turn a key on.
30-something stud that, you know, always impresses
Yeah, I'm
me.
not that guy anymore. Well, we've been married now 37 years.
Yeah, 37.
Even the sawmill took a pause on that. I wonder what this looks like inside.
All right, we're gonna find out.
We haven't been too friendly to the bark here.
No.
All right, let's see. Oh, let's see what we got. Oh, it's kind of nice. That crack made I add some character to it.
I was just careful to make sure you weren't gonna. Oh.
Look at that. That's kind of pretty.
Oh, we don't have our legs up, man.
Well, yeah, because it wouldn't have mattered.
Oh, I guess not. All right.
It's too short to fit between them anyway. We'd have to put a board across it, which we
Oh.
probably should do.
Oh, you're scraping that thing. Get over here.
Let's see what
See
this
what
looks
you're
like.
doing.
It's still pretty wet. So that's what it looks like. I guess you could fill that crack with some epoxy or something. Make it look pretty nice.
All right.
Maybe
all
that
right.
crack adds some
Hold
character.
it still. Hold it
All right, so
still.
let's see what we got here. We got, or maybe it's just going to compromise the whole thing. So it's about 6 inches deep. And that's probably a good size. You know, I mean, do you really want it much thicker than that?
For a
Because then it would be
bench?
heavy to move around, right?
Yeah.
So I think maybe we'll go ahead and make this guy 6 inches, which means I'm going to cut about 3 inches off of him.
Okay.
So then, yeah.
So those are 2 benches and not one being legs and one being the top.
No, yeah. So what we'll do is we'll find other smaller logs
Okay.
that will fit underneath here, right? Well, they can't be too small. They need to be tall enough
Yeah.
to get, you know, to sit down on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and then, or maybe it's just one big one. I don't know. But then you have to. Now you can cut it. Anyway, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it
But
out.
I thought this might be kind of fun to do that with.
Yep.
Make a nice seat.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll police it up.
Okay.
Now, if you would be so kind as to
I
put
will.
that camera down,
I will.
that would be great.
All right. What you're gonna do now?
So I'm going to go ahead and set the saw at about 6 inches. That was a reasonably decent. I mean, it'll be lighter once this thing dries out over time. We'll set this at 6 inches, and
So you're cutting 3 off.
yeah, it's about 9 inches deep now. And then maybe we can. I don't even know if it's not even really long enough to turn into stickers. The rest of it, but yeah. So this is what, 4 inches? So that's about 4 inches. So yeah, we got 6 inches should give us plenty of room on the off the dogs here. Yeah, say plenty. That might be about 1 inch.
You might squish it down a little bit.
Yeah, make you feel better. I'll bring it down a little bit. Let's see if she's still steady. So now you have to cut the wood, which is 4 inches off the deck. It ain't going nowhere. All right, so if you will, come around here. So what we're gonna do, so check this out over here on the scale. So this scale gives you some warnings. It says, hey, you know, you're entering into the danger zone. Check your clamps and your side supports.
Okay.
Once you hit that yellow. So if you hit that, well, at that point, it's possible for you to hit those items.
So that's a darker yellow you're talking about. Or
The lighter yellow,
the
I
lighter
think, might be
yellow.
one, and then the darker
Okay.
yellow might be the other. I don't really. That's a good question. Bottom line is they're both cautionary zones, so watch yourself.
Okay.
All right. So which brings up the point of, is that clamp low enough? That may not be.
Ah, all right.
So that's good to check that.
So you're now checking the
Yeah.
little.
So we're gonna back the
dark
clamp
clamp
off
here.
a little bit. We're gonna bring him down. Hopefully he can still have something to clamp on here. He did seem to move it a little bit. If I had to guess, I'd say the clamp's about 4 inches off the deck. Definitely it's not 6, so I think we're safe on the clamp.
All right.
Weird kind of cutting. Only you cut something like this down to a cant, then you don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. And it did kind of tilt a little bit, but I don't think we care about that top slab as long as we get a flat one. All right, so what I'm going to do, back up here, I'm going to go ahead and lower this down to 6 inches off the deck, and we should end up with a nice 6-inch slab. All right, so let's fire it up, make some noise.
What was bad?
Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not. For some reason, I thought I'd left the blade turning. It was still spinning down. All right. Nothing to panic about yet.
All right.
It did move though. You saw that?
I did not see it move.
Yeah, it definitely moved. So what we got here?
You still need me to help you carry that thing off? Or you're gonna slide it off to the side first so we can take a picture of it.
So this is it. I think I can toss this thing. This is actually not a bad piece of wood in and of itself.
Yeah, it's pretty. It could be another type of. Whew.
Another type of bench.
Did you just? Okay.
No, it already had that crack in it. So yeah, I don't think we should dispose of that piece. I think that'll be a nice piece. We'll just sticker this until we're ready to use it. Really beautiful piece of oak here, man. Look at
Yep, it is. And of course, if you had water and wetted it down, you'd really see it coming up.
that. Hey, we got our water turned back on over there at the shed. I don't know if the hose will reach this far, but
Hey, I'll
at
just
some
squirt
point
you.
we can add more hose, make it reach this far,
just
but
squirt you both.
we're not going to be here anyways.
All right, looks like you're doing good.
Grabbing the damn
There you go. that like a maze. Go through.
I'm gonna put this down for a sec.
All right.
Put it down for a sec. Alright. And I think they get to sit here for a whole year. He'll be lighter next time.
Yep.
Alright.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Gonna be benches.
Now if we find another one that same size, we could put them together. Another sandwich on the other side.
Put some weight on that. Enjoy. We'll probably have to plane the snot out of them once they're done.